In 1985, a fisherman discovered the body of a star from The Tonight Show off the coast of Mexico. Shortly after, police confirmed that the body belonged to Carol Wayne. Carol was one of the most alluring and mysterious faces of 1960s Hollywood, known for her sultry beauty, sharp presence, and turbulent private life. From failed marriages to financial scandals and secret affairs, most notably, a scandalous relationship with Johnny Carson that stirred public controversy. Her death not only shocked the world but also raised countless unanswered questions. In this video, we will explore some little-known aspects of her life and view some rare photos of her. Carol Wayne was born on September 6, 1942, in Chicago, Illinois, and began her entertainment career at just 15 years old, performing alongside her sister Nina on a 42-city tour with Ice Capities. However, this early start came at a steep price. The two sisters were forced to drop out of high school to join the tour. Not long after, a tragic accident abruptly ended Carol's ice skating career. One day, while performing familiar moves on the ice, she took a fall, and it wasn't a simple mishap. The fall left a scar nearly 5 inches long running down her knee. It had major consequences for her future. Although Carol completed the Ice Capities tour, the injury meant the end of her figure skating aspirations. This forced her to confront a painful truth. She had given up what were supposed to be carefree years for skating, missed out on childhood, entered adulthood through complicated relationships, and never even earned a high school diploma. So she continued doing the only thing she knew: entertaining. Carol and her sister Nina looked for work in a place known for its notoriety. With their striking looks, the sisters became showgirls at the Tropicana in Las Vegas. But not everyone approved of this path. According to Carol, their mother once looked at their skimpy costumes from head to toe and said, "Could you ask them for a few more feathers?" It was just a single comment, but it deeply wounded her sense of pride. While working in Las Vegas, Carol and Nina would frequently drive to Los Angeles, and during one such trip, Carol attended a party where a man approached her and said, "We're looking for a girl just like you." He then invited her to audition at a studio the next morning. Though skeptical at first, Carol gave the audition her best and landed the role. Later, she had a cheeky theory about why it all went so well. Laughing and glancing at her figure, she joked, "And from then on, I got every role I went out for." Around this time, while still working in Las Vegas, Carol met Loretto Larry Sir and fell deeply in love. The two married in May 1965. It could have been the beginning of a more stable, family-focused chapter in Carol's life. But instead, it was quite the opposite. Wayne and her new husband, Sir, never even had a proper honeymoon. They divorced just a month after their second anniversary. Reflecting on the marriage years later, Carol quipped, "Figure skating taught me flexibility, but that marriage really taught me how to bend." At the time of her divorce from Sir, Carol's career was taking off. She appeared in numerous guest roles with flirtatious character names like Ginger LaVere and Bootsy Nightingale on popular shows such as The Man from UNCLE and I Dream of Jeannie. But she had no idea that her biggest breakthrough was just around the corner. In 1967, the same year she divorced Sir Ivy, Carol received a major opportunity. Johnny Carson and his team invited her to join The Tonight Show. She took on a recurring role in the Art Fern's Tea Time sketch, where she played the matinee lady, a gorgeous, naive woman who unwittingly delivered hilarious double entendres. Carol went on to appear in over 100 episodes of The Tonight Show, but her high-profile presence also fueled countless scandalous backstage rumors. The chemistry between her and Carson was undeniable, as were her charm and sex appeal, leading many to believe the two may have had a relationship off camera. But Carol's response to those rumors was quite unexpected. When speaking about her time on The Tonight Show in an interview, Carol Wayne didn't deny the chemistry between her and Johnny Carson. In fact, she even hinted that the feelings were mutual. However, according to Wayne, the timing was never right, and the two entertainers never seemed to be single at the same time. In that same interview, she made a bold statement about her relationship with Carson. "He loved me. I loved him. It was an understanding, an obvious thing. He still sees me every day, in his dreams." Yet Carson never publicly expressed any romantic feelings toward Wayne. Shortly after her divorce from Larry Sir, and at the height of her fame on The Tonight Show, Carol met rock and roll photographer Barry Feinstein. Feinstein was charismatic and well-connected, with close friendships with some of the greatest rock musicians, including Bob Dylan and actor Steve McQueen. Barry Feinstein's first wife was Mary Travers, a member of the folk trio Peter, Paul, and Mary. And according to the book Hollywood's Babylon Women, when Wayne met Feinstein, he was still married to Mary, though not for long. The music couple divorced in 1967, the same year Wayne became single. On the surface, Wayne appeared soft-spoken and polite, but when necessary, she could be biting. After she and Feinstein got together, Wayne reportedly mocked Mary Travers' band by calling them Peter, Paul, and Scary. Regardless of how their relationship started, Carol Wayne and Barry Feinstein officially married in 1969. A year later, Carol gave birth to their first and only child, a son named Alex. It seemed like she was settling into a quieter life, with modest success and a growing family. But the reality was more complicated. Wayne and Feinstein tried hard to make their marriage work, but in the end, they stayed together for just 5 years, most likely for the sake of their young son. In 1974, they split, and Carol Wayne returned to single life, this time as a single mother. But Carol rarely stayed unattached for long. Just 1 year after her divorce from Feinstein, she married television and film producer Burt Sugarman. Sugarman was an influential figure in TV, producing shows that matched Wayne's lively, glamorous image. At the time of their marriage, he was producing celebrity sweepstakes. Wayne was chosen to be a panelist on both Sweepstakes and Sugarman's next show. While she remained a familiar face on The Tonight Show, Carol began shifting toward more serious acting roles. After nearly a decade away from film, she returned to the big screen in a supporting role as a nurse in the comedy Scavenger Hunt. Everything seemed to be going well for Wayne at that time. In the early 1980s, Johnny Carson, frustrated with the direction of The Tonight Show, threatened to quit. The network panicked at the thought of losing their biggest star. Carol Wayne must have feared her most stable job was in jeopardy. Although NBC convinced Carson to stay, the show's length was reduced from 90 minutes to just 1 hour. This gave Carson more free time, but it also meant cutting a lot of recurring segments, including the matinee lady. In 1980, another part of Carol Wayne's life fell apart. Her marriage to producer Burt Sugarman ended in divorce, just as her troubles at The Tonight Show were beginning. For the first time in a long while, Carol Wayne had no work scheduled, and it happened almost overnight. For the past decade, she had worked steadily, and although her career was not especially ambitious, it had been fairly stable. Suddenly, no one wanted to hire her anymore. Over the next few years, acting roles nearly vanished, aside from a few minor film and television jobs. Carol Wayne had to do something, but not everyone agreed with the choice she made next. By 1984, Wayne was desperate for money and needed a boost to her career. So, she made a controversial decision. That year, she appeared in Playboy, and it was far from one of the magazine's more conservative photo shoots. Of course, it was her personal choice. But behind the scenes, a much darker story was unfolding. Carol's son, Alex, who was in high school at the time, was reportedly the one who first introduced her to clove cigarettes. She became heavily addicted. According to the women featured in Hollywood's Babylon, she smoked so much that the distinctive smell caused her to be thrown out of several Hollywood restaurants. Before long, Wayne began seeking out even more dangerous substances. In 1984, the same year she earned a significant amount of money from Playboy, Carol Wayne filed for bankruptcy. It was clear she was spending more than she was earning. Tragically, much of her income went toward fueling her growing substance abuse problem. In her court filing, Wayne revealed a heartbreaking detail. The document stated that her income was zero. The actress, now in her 40s, was unable to secure any new acting roles. Her financial situation had become completely unmanageable. However, within a year, Wayne would learn that life could become far worse. Around the time she filed for bankruptcy, Wayne appeared in the drama Heartbreakers, a far more serious project than anything she had done before. The film was screened at the Berlin Film Festival. Even critics took notice. When Roger Ebert reviewed the film, he specifically praised Wayne's performance, saying, "Her performance is very good, very painful, if you will, and it gives the entire film its emotional weight." It could have marked the beginning of a true acting career for Wayne, but reality turned out very differently. Heartbreakers became the final film of her career. In January 1985, Wayne made a fateful decision. She traveled to the Las Hadas resort in Manzanillo, Mexico, reportedly to detox from her problematic habits. She was accompanied by Edward Durston, a car salesman and a well-known figure in Hollywood circles. They appeared to arrive as a couple, although the official nature of their relationship was unclear. Regardless, Durston did not seem to be a positive influence on Wayne. Given what followed, it is difficult to know whether Carol Wayne truly went to the resort to get clean. If she tried, it seems she failed. Hotel staff later reported that Wayne and Durston spent their time in Mexico partying, dancing, and drinking. But the fun was about to end. Trouble began on January 10th, when Wayne and Durston were preparing to leave Mexico and return to Los Angeles. For reasons that remain unclear, they missed their flight. From there, everything escalated. The Las Hadas resort where they had been staying was very expensive, and they could not afford to return. Seeing their situation, the resort staff tried their best to help Wayne and Durston. They even arranged a room for them at the more affordable Playa de Santiago hotel nearby. However, Wayne reacted badly to the change in accommodations. According to witnesses, she was furious about staying at Playa de Santiago, which she described as a dump, and she threw a tantrum. Wayne reportedly became enraged when they arrived at the hotel around 8:30 p.m. and refused to get out of the taxi. While the bellman and Durston carried the luggage upstairs, Wayne remained outside, visibly angry. After arranging the bags in the room and returning to the hotel lobby, Durston made a chilling discovery. Wayne was gone, and no one nearby had seen where she went. Durston waited for her at the hotel bar. That was his first mistake. Throughout the night, Durston kept watch, waiting for Wayne to return to the hotel. She never did. This is where his behavior became suspicious. He simply moved to another hotel, making it impossible for Wayne to find him if she tried. Durston was clearly fed up with Wayne, and his next action was shockingly cold. He flew back to Los Angeles without her, even taking her luggage with him. He told the airline that she would come to claim it the next morning, even though he had not seen her for some time and would never see her again. On January 13, 1985, a fisherman casting his nets stumbled upon a horrifying scene. The body of Carol Wayne, still fully clothed, was floating in a shallow bay. He pulled her out as quickly as he could, but it was too late. The beloved woman from afternoon television had been found, but now she was gone. and her death left behind more questions than answers. Mexican authorities immediately considered Wayne's death suspicious. They had many questions about what had happened to the actress. Did she accidentally fall and drown? Was she so distraught about her circumstances that she took her own life? Or did someone, perhaps Edward Durston, have a hand in her death? They awaited the autopsy results. The examination revealed Wayne had been dead for 36 to 48 hours before the fishermen found her. This meant whatever had happened occurred shortly after her argument with Durston at the hotel. Furthermore, there was no alcohol or drugs in her system. Whatever addictions she may have had, she had been trying to keep them in check in her final days. But the autopsy gave no definitive answers. Very little in Wayne's case satisfied Manzanillo District Attorney Jorge Hernandez. He didn't believe Wayne would commit suicide by drowning. The nearby water was calm and shallow, and Wayne bore no bruises or injuries suggesting a fall or trauma, leading investigators to consider a more sinister explanation. Her companion, Edward Durston, appeared highly suspicious to investigators. After all, they had argued just before Wayne disappeared, and he never reported her missing. Worse, he flew home without her and even took her luggage, telling the airline she would pick it up the next morning, despite the fact that he hadn't seen her and would never see her again. As investigators dug into his past, their suspicions deepened. Durston had, in fact, been connected to another mysterious death years earlier. In 1969, aspiring actress Diane Linkletter reportedly jumped from a window shortly after calling Durston to her home. At the time, investigators focused on potential substances in Linkletter's system and cleared Durston of any wrongdoing. The cases seemed eerily similar, but anyone hoping Durston would be held accountable for Wayne's death was disappointed. Ultimately, Carol Wayne's death was ruled an accident, and Durston was never charged with anything. This remained true even after multiple reviews of the case. While the truth about Carol Wayne's final moments remains a mystery, the most accepted theory is that she accidentally slipped and fell into the water while walking along the beach, distraught and distracted. It's an ironic conclusion. One of the long-running jokes about Carol Wayne's hourglass figure on The Tonight Show was, "With a bust like that, this woman could never drown." What's even more heartbreaking is a moment during a conversation between Wayne and Carson on The Tonight Show, when he told her, "Someday you'll be 47, the age he was at the time. Wayne responded, "I hope so." Tragically, she was only 42 when she died. With all the playful charm Carol Wayne brought to the screen, her sudden death broke many hearts. Johnny Carson even suspended appearances as his Art Fern character, the role most associated with Wayne's matinee lady, for most of a year, as a tribute to the friend and co-star who had died so young and so tragically. If you enjoyed this Factate video, hit the like button and subscribe for more compelling stories. Want to choose who we cover next? Join our membership program via the link in the description for exclusive perks. Your support means the world to us. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.